Muy buenas a todos, gente, ¿cómo estáis? Bienvenidos de nuevo al canal, bienvenidos al segundo capítulo del Let's Play de The Cat Lady. Continuamos las aventuras y desventuras, sobre todo desventuras, de Susan Ashworth. Esa mujer triste, esa mujer que está pasando una mala época y, harta de sufrir, decide suicidarse. Recordáis que realmente despertamos en una especie de limbo, en una tierra que está entre el reino de los vivos y el reino de los muertos, y nos encontramos a una anciana, la reina de las larvas, una mujer que nos ofrece un trato y nos da la inmortalidad para que tratemos de eliminar a 5 parásitos, 5 psicópatas que la reina quiere ver eliminados. Si cumplimos nuestra parte, obviamente nos dará otra oportunidad y nos dará una vida mejor, o una vida feliz, por decirlo de alguna manera, como un nuevo comienzo. O sea que la verdad es que es el comienzo, ya lo vimos en los primera media hora de este Let's Play. Es un juego que sale obviamente de lo común, pero es un juego muy especial. Pero a mí personalmente quiero saber qué hay detrás de al fondo de The Cat Lady, ¿no? Y espero, por supuesto, que vosotros también queráis y pasemos todos juntos un buen rato. O sea que vamos a continuar. Estábamos fuera de la cabaña y la anciana nos había pedido que saliéramos al exterior porque quería enseñarnos algo.
Yes, it's you, Susan. Come close. Say hello.
I don't want to look at it. Haven't I had enough yet? That body in the ambulance. Then the forest. But this place is... This is exactly what I was trying to run away from. I don't want to be here. Make it go away.
I assumed it would be wise to give you a little taste of
O sea,
the
¿qué es lo que nos
suffering
presenta,
you
no?
endure. I want you to understand that you can keep going long after you come.
Nos presenta, crucificada, como si no parara nunca, el sufrir. Es que encima está apretando mucho a Susan, la anciana, El primero el cadáver en la ambulancia, luego en el bosque y ahora aquí crucificada. La está apretando muchísimo. Cruz. Crucificada, completamente sola, en un lugar que lo ha cambiado todo. De verdad que no quiero estar aquí. Una palanca. Está atascada en la cruz. Supongo que podría sacarla fácilmente. ¿Sacamos? Sí. Bien, tenemos una palanca bajo un nuevo ítem. Cruz. La muerte.
Susan, it's time to make a decision. The parasites are coming, whether you want it or not. You haven't really got much choice. You must stand up for yourself.
Vale, bien, haré lo que quieres. No tomo órdenes de nadie y lo haré a mi manera. ¿Puedes contarme otra vez sobre los parásitos? Vale, tenemos la opción de seguirle el rollo o ir a hacerlo a nuestra manera. Vamos a seguirle el rollo. No me apetece. No me apetece llevarme mal aquí con la reina de las larvas. Vale, vamos a seguirle el rollo.
Fine. I'll do what you want.
Excellent. I'm glad you have put your trust in me.
I haven't really got anyone else.
You shall not regret this, my dear. Lights up.
Estamos de vuelta en la casa.
We're back in the house.
Yes, but there is something else that must be done.
¿El qué?
You cannot leave my kingdom before a sacrifice is made.
Sacrificio.
Isn't it enough already?
Do not worry, my child. This is a mere formality I am speaking of. The door to your world won't open unless you make a sacrifice of soul.
Sacrificio de alma.
A sacrifice of blood.
Eso de sacrificio de sangre suena
Doesn't
fatal.
sound good at all.
¿Cierto?
See those candles here?
Sí. Dos. Sí,
Just
bueno.
blow one out, and that's it.
Solo
Like
apaga
I
una y ya
said,
está.
It's just a formality. Then on your way out, you will have to shed a few drops of blood. Not much, just a bit. Enough to open the door.
How much exactly?
Don't be afraid. It's easy. Anyone can do it. Just a sharp scratch is that how you used to say it?
Vale, cuéntame nada más sobre el sacrificio del alma.
Tell me about the sacrifice of soul.
Like I said, it's just a formality. See those candles here? Just
Sí.
blow one out, and that's it.
But which one?
You can choose. It doesn't matter as long as you do it.
Vale, y sobre el de sangre era, según ella, un par de gotas de sangre.
Tell me about the sacrifice of blood.
Like I said, it's just a formality. On your way out, you will have to shed a few drops
Sí,
of
bueno, nos
blood.
dice lo mismo.
Not much, just a bit. Enough to open the door.
How much, exactly?
Don't be afraid. It's easy. Anyone can do it. Just a sharp scratch. Is that how you used to say it?
Vale, bien, lo haré. Deséame suerte, mujer extraña.
Fine. I'll do that. Wish me luck, strange lady.
I do. When you leave my house, head to the field. That's where you should be.
Vale.
Goodbye, my child. I'm not going to be far. I've never been.
Vale, o sea que tenemos que hacer el del sacrificio del alma, que son estas velas. Bueno, pues vamos a hacer la primera.
Strange. The flame seems strong and steady, but there is no smoke.
Vale. Este es fuerte, la llama está fuerte y tal, pero no sale humo. Vale, pues apagamos esta.
They left me no choice, Alice. Maybe one day you'll forgive me.
What the fuck?
See how easy that was? Now, head back to the field. You've got a job to do, Susan.
Vamos a ver, o sea que a ver, sacrificio de alma. Vale, nosotros fue simplemente a apagar una vela y a razón de eso se suicidó alguien. Venga, adiós, señora. Me voy de aquí. No quiero mirar. Paso. Bueno, a ver, venga, va. Venga, sí, quiero mirar. Una costa solitaria. Vale. Ahora está en castellano. Antes estaba en inglés, si no recuerdo mal.
What the... How did I get back here?
Ni idea. Pero bueno, dijo, dirígete... Nada, Susan. Examinar, registrar bolsillos. Ahora no hay nada. Nada, está como estaba. Nos dijo que volveremos al Prado. Y si no recuerdo mal, de allí volvíamos a la cabaña. Exacto, la cabaña. Qué loco lo de la vela, ¿eh? Para nosotros era simplemente apagar una vela, pero al parecer alguien pagó con su alma. Ese fue el sacrificio. Vale, vale. Estamos en la entrada del bosque. Recordáis que por aquí vimos al ciervo, o al venado, bueno, como queréis llamar. Que realmente no sé lo que era. Bien, llegamos a la cabaña. Entramos. Bien. Máquina. Examinar. Un sacrificio demasiado prolongado puede tornar de piedra el corazón. Un sacrificio demasiado prolongado puede tornar de piedra el corazón. ¿Se necesitaría otro sacrificio para devolverlo a la normalidad? Quizás sea una tontería, solo una vieja máquina después de todo. Qué mal rollo da esto. Un sacrificio demasiado prolongado puede tornar de piedra el corazón. ¿Se necesitaría otro sacrificio para devolverlo a la normalidad? Quizás sea una tontería, solo una vieja máquina después de todo. Qué raro, no parece haber ni interruptores ni botones en esta máquina. ¿Cómo se enciende? Vale, aquí hay tablones. Vale. El agujero ha sido tapado con estos tablones. El letrero debajo dice: peligro, interruptor de energía de emergencia. No voy a poder. No soy tan fuerte como para sacarlos con las manos. Vale. Mirar a través, hay algo ahí. Definitivamente hay algo ahí. No puedo decirlo con certeza, pero parece un interruptor. Vale, vamos a hacer una cosa. Vale, vamos a usar la palanca. Sí. Venga, quitamos los... Hostia, ese agujero da muy mal rollo, tío. ¿Eso qué es? ¿Sangre? El te lo dice, peligro, interruptor de energía de emergencia. Está oscuro dentro. Toda esta sangre alrededor del agujero, que alguien se la estimó aquí. Y tengo que meter la mano, tío. Sí, tío, tengo que meter la mano. Me voy a arrepentir de esto, lo veo venir, tío. Hostia puta, nos acaba de cortar el brazo, tío. Dios, qué loco. Y echa a andar la máquina, tío. Echa a andar la máquina a costa del brazo. The Cat Lady. Qué loco, tío, qué enfermizo. Pierdes tu brazo porque echaron a la máquina a andar. Pero bueno, ese era el sacrificio de sangre, que eran un par de gotitas que nos decía la reina de las larvas. Ya le vale a la muchacha, Madre, tío, qué mala leche. Ya le vale, tío. Nada, simplemente un rasguño, un par de gotitas de sangre. Capítulo 2. Qué mala leche. Segundo, primer aliento.
Yes, I do enjoy fine art. Thank you for noticing. There's a certain raw beauty to it that modern painters often fail to recreate. I always wanted to be an artist myself. But it'll be a long time before I can call myself that. I often say that patients are my canvas. But my job is more about restoration.
Psiquiatra, psicólogo.
I look at the damaged human minds and bring them back to their former beauty. I'm sorry, I'm probably boring you.
No, it's not that. It's just... It's been a difficult couple of days. I'd really like to go home.
Of course, and go home you will. As soon as you've done this little assessment, okay, you probably know how it works. I've read in your file you used to be a nurse.
Yes.
Una enfermera,
I know very
Susan.
well how it works.
Una
You want to
enfermera.
check if I'm nuts.
Well, I wouldn't use that expression, obviously. But yes, we have to make sure you're safe and figure out how to help you. Also, as a nurse yourself, you know there's always paperwork involved. These forms won't fill themselves. Honestly, Susan, you have nothing to worry about. This is just a formality. I could tell straight away that you are not nuts.
Qué mal rollito da el doctor,
What would you like to know? I will answer all your questions. Then I'll go home, take a long shower, and catch up on sleep.
Buen plan.
Wonderful. Let's see then. Where do we begin?
Donde usted diga.
She's awake, Doctor.
Es Susan.
Good evening. It's good to see you awake at last. You're in the Cedar Lake Hospital. My name is Andrew. I'm one of the doctors.
Andrew.
Would you confirm your name for me, please?
Susan.
Susan Ashworth.
Hello, Mrs. Ashworth. I'm glad to see you're all right. You're on the ward now. Your condition is stable. I can see your brain functions just fine and there's no permanent damage of any sort. We've checked your internal organs and they're fine too. You're a very lucky lady, Susan. You might experience extreme tiredness and lethargy for a couple of days, but that should soon pass. I would advise plenty of rest now. The nurses on this ward will take it from here. Please let them know if you need anything. Take care, Mrs. Ashworth. Please, don't try to speak. What did you say? Don't worry, Mrs. Ashworth. Your arm is fine. No. There was nothing wrong with your arm, darling. Now calm down.
Would you like me to get you some water? Let me get you a drink. I'll be back in a second.
Que hace un taco british, ¿eh? Uf. Este es de... no sé. De... Serpi. Tomando la atención.
I'm sorry, Susan. Did I wake you? I have to take your blood pressure. 2 seconds and I'm gone. My name is Liz, by the way.
Liz.
I'm sorry. I know this isn't very nice. Believe me, I hate waking people up just for this. But being a nuisance is part of my stupid job, unfortunately. Oof, I hate this place.
Como habla esta
Tell
muchacha,
you
¿eh?
what, Susan. Can I call you Susan? So anyway, I shouldn't say it, but you know I'm going to anyway. You are so lucky. It's crazy. You doing what you've done, and her walking in, seeing what she saw.
Ella.
That was a chance. 1 in a million.
Ella. ¿Quién
I'm
es
not
ella?
making any sense again, am I? I'm tired. They're working us to death here, you know.
Esclavismo.
Modern day slavery. One day I'll tell them what I really think. I swear I will. Ah, and here it is. You've got the blood pressure of an 18-year-old. Just wanted to say you're lucky, I think. And that I hope you've changed your mind about some things. Got to go, but I'll see you later. You take care, sweetheart, yeah?
A mí me operaron 3 veces, ¿eh? Y una de las cosas que me odiaba era cuando estabas dormido en el hospital. 3 veces me operaron. Cuando estabas dormido venían a ponerte la medicación, o menos cuando te dolía. Cuando te dolía me estabas encantado. Pero mirarte la temperatura, no sé qué, y te despertaban. Era... Pero bueno, oye, es su trabajo y es por el bien de todos, obviamente. Es por el bien del paciente. Pero me daba muy mala leche, me daba mucho coraje. What the fuck? Una pesadilla.
Bad dream.
Sí, una realmente fea, no solo sueño como cualquier otro. Sí, una realmente fea.
Yeah, a really bad one.
I knew it. I could see as soon as I came in the room that you were having a nightmare.
¿Cómo le cambió el audio,
Guess I
tío?
shouldn't have woken you up. What was it about?
Vamos a decir la verdad, aunque... ¿Recordáis lo que dijo la reina de las larvas? Que no nos fiáramos de nadie.
I can't remember.
It's just like that sometimes, isn't it? You just have this weird emptiness in your head. The harder you try to remember, the worse it gets. Maybe it's better though. Try to remember the good things, Susan. Forget the bad ones. At least for now. I get nightmares too.
I get them, and I can't wake up. Or sometimes I dream that I'm falling. Those are strange dreams. Because I think I like them. I keep falling, but I never fall. If you know what I mean. Never hit the ground. Never.
¿Cómo te llamabas? Se llamaba Liz. Lo recuerdo. O sea que voy a preguntarle qué me pasó.
What happened to me?
Well, how much do you remember?
I took some pills.
Como unas 35 o algo así.
I remember how the room kept spinning around me slowly. I felt so calm. And then...
Eso voy a guardármelo para mí.
I woke up here and I saw you. Can you now tell me who found me and what happened?
Well, your body went into a coma.
Normal.
You were lucky she came home and found you.
Ella, pero ¿quién?
What? Who found me?
Your daughter, of course. She called an ambulance. If it wasn't for her, you'd sure be dead now, Susan.
Susan tiene hijas.
Daughter.
Yes. Why? Why'd you look so pale all of
No
a
tiene
sudden?
hijas.
Susan?
Está sola, vive sola, ¿no?
I don't have a daughter. Whoever she is, she lied.
But why would she do that?
How should I know? I was in a coma, apparently.
So she lied. It doesn't change the fact that you owe her your life.
I was fine. I didn't ask for any help. Sorry.
Hace cuánto que estoy aquí, cuando me dejaron ir a casa.
How long have I been here?
I was told you arrived at the hospital at 7 in the evening. You had a cardiac arrest in the ambulance. They had to resuscitate you. Your heart stopped beating for nearly a minute.
Un minuto, ¿eh?
But they managed to bring you back. You went to the intensive care unit, where they gave you a dose of antidote and pumped your stomach. As soon as the condition was stable, they brought you on this ward. It's called Dime Ward.
Uf, qué nombrecillo, tío, tan tétrico. Sala de la suerte.
Die Ward. Because all the patients who come here want to die. It's a suicide watch unit. That's why it's so strict. You have to be careful. Nurses here are trigger happy with the sedatives.
Joder, como... Dios mío, la Liz, tío. Es que no deja títere con cabeza, ¿eh? ¿Cuándo me dejarán ir a casa?
When will they let me go home?
I'm not sure. Probably not today. Maybe tomorrow.
Mañana, tan pronto.
I shouldn't say that, but you seem like a nice person. I feel like I should warn you. There's this doctor here. They call him Dr. X.
Doctor
He's a chief of
X.
psychiatry in this hospital. You won't be able to go home until he's talked to you.
Doctor X. Ah, es el con el que estamos teniendo la
You
evaluación.
know what I'm saying? He will ask you a lot of tricky questions. But he's a really great guy. You should trust him.
Cuéntame más sobre ese tal Doctor X.
Tell me more about this Dr. X.
Es interesante. Puede que sea a lo mejor uno de los... Xavier
Everyone
Zellman.
just calls him Dr. X. He comes on the ward often, usually late in the afternoon or in the evening. I personally really like him. But you hear all sorts of stories in a place like this, you know. I don't know what to believe anymore. All I know is he's been very friendly and supportive. Some doctors won't even say hello to you, but Dr. X usually stops and asks how I am. He knows I have some problems. He can see I'm not happy here.
Pues supongo que
He actually
como
offered me some
psiquiatra
free
pues
weekly
notará esas
sessions.
cosas, ¿no?
I think I might take him up on his offer.
What are they saying about him?
Oh yeah, they say he's a big flirt.
Bueno, eso...
Nurses, cleaners, patients. He doesn't care, as long as they're wearing a skirt.
Bueno, si está soltero, oye.
Linda, I heard they had an affair. A stupid girl. Well, she left, and I never saw her again. Now why do you think that is? Dr. X got her knocked up. They covered it up and quietly got rid of her. Probably paid her some money. I don't know how these things work, but it must have been enough to shut her up. I bet he'll be more careful now. But I can't really say a bad word about him, personally. Well, one thing.
Una cosa.
Maybe. Don't laugh, okay? He's got got a weird smell.
Huele raro.
What do you mean?
He smells funny. I don't know.
El doctor X
Maybe it's just
huele
bad
raro.
aftershave. Or maybe
Huele mal.
it's something he eats.
Oh, thanks for the warning. I'll try not to get too
Liz,
close
como
to
habla,
him.
Habla debajo del agua,
There's something else too. I'll tell you this, Susan. He starts talking to you, and you just open up and tell him everything. It's very odd. I don't exactly hide things from people, but he got some really private
una habilidad
stuff
bastante
out of
rara.
me. Really private. You know what I mean? Things I wouldn't tell my mother about. And we haven't even started those sessions yet. So, be prepared for that.
Una habilidad rara.
Sure, but it's a bit too late for me to hide how I feel now anyway. I think I made it very clear when I swallowed those pills.
Vale, ¿vista esa hija mía?
Did you see this daughter of mine?
No, sorry, Susan. Apparently she came in the ambulance with you, but then she remembered something and had to go. I think someone mentioned she went in quite a hurry.
Of course she did. She was worried I'd ask her what she was doing in my flat.
Saving your life?
Do I really have to give her a benefit of the doubt just because of that?
One would assume so. That girl is a hero. Maybe real heroes always leave before their identity is revealed.
Or she was a burglar, attempting to steal from me.
Todo es posible.
That's a possibility too. Have you got anything very precious in your flat?
Maybe.
Vale, vamos a que nos cuente un poco más. A ver, Liz, cuéntame un poco más de ti. Que te gusta hablar, hija mía.
Tell me something more about yourself.
Me? I'm a nobody. I'm just a hard-working girl. We all have to pay our bills somehow, right?
Cierto.
I rent a room not far from here. There are 2 other girls living in the house. One is an auxiliary nurse, like me. She's always sick. The other one is a stripper. At least I think so. She's never home at night.
Maybe she works at night, like you.
Yeah, but I don't leave for work wearing red stockings and heels, do I?
No, you're right. You're a real nurse, not some man's fantasy of one.
I used to do all that for my boyfriend. You know, dress up as a sexy nurse and all. Well, I did it just once, really. He didn't like it that much. He didn't like me that much either. Broke up with me last Valentine's Day.
Hostia, hay que tener mala leche,
that one, eh? He never told me why, but I don't care anymore.
Hay que tener mala leche romper con alguien el día de San Valentín, joder, macho. No puedo romper al día siguiente, Muy mala leche. Y a lo mejor aquí... Bueno, a lo mejor aquí en España todavía, ¿sabes? Pero a lo mejor en países así... Como, qué sé yo, Estados Unidos o anglosajones, así como Reino Unido y tal, que a lo mejor se lleva más el rollo de San Valentín, pues hay que tener muy mala leche. Yo creo que aquí tampoco se lleva mucho el tema ese, ¿no? No sé. No sé. Vale. ¿Puede contarme más?
Tell me more about this Dr. X.
His name is Xavier
No.
Zellman.
No.
But
Hice
everyone
muy
just
mal
calls
porque
him
ahora esto no
Dr.
puedo
X.
saltármelo.
He comes on the ward often, usually late in the afternoon or in the evening.
Como
I
que dije, cuéntame algo de ti,
personally
y
like
se
him.
quitó la opción, y ahora no, volví a darle porque
Stories
pensé que
that
podía
goes
contaros
like
algo
this,
más,
you
pero
know.
no, es lo mismo,
I
es lo
don't know
mismo.
what to believe anymore. All I know is he's been very friendly and
Madre, y me lo
supportive.
tengo que tragar todo otra vez,
Some
tío.
doctors
Es que no me deja la
would
opción de
say
pasármelo,
But Dr. X usually stops and asks how I am. He knows I have some.
Es que si te elimina la opción de
He can see
habla,
I'm
cuenta
not
más de ti y la elimina,
He
esta tenía
actually
que
offered me
eliminarla
some
también porque
free
si no confunde.
sessions. I think I might take him up on his offer.
What are they saying about him?
Oh yeah. They say
Madre, tío, me lo tengo que tragar entero.
Nurses, cleaners,
Bueno, y vosotros.
patients, each
Os pido disculpas, gente, pero es que
as long
pensé
as they're
que era otra
spirit.
opción, pero no.
One girl I knew, Linda. I heard they had an affair. Stupid girl. Well, she left. And I never saw her
Es que no hay
again.
manera de pasarlo,
Now,
en
why
serio.
do you
Si
think
estoy
that
dando a
is?
intro y está
Dr.
dando las
X
teclas y
then
no
knocked
se
her.
puede pasar. Te lo
They
tienes que tragar
covered it
entero.
up and quietly got rid of her. Probably paid her some money. I don't know how these things work, but it must have been enough to shut her up. I bet he'll be more careful now. But I can't really say a bad word about him, personally.
Es que Liz habla, tío.
One thing. Maybe. Don't laugh, okay? He's got a weird smell.
Vosotros por lo menos podéis pasarlo, yo tengo que tragármelo entero.
Funny. I don't know.
Bueno, tampoco nos vamos a volver locos, no
Maybe
pasa
it's
nada.
just bad aftershave. Or maybe it's something he eats.
Oh, thanks for the warning. I'll try not to get too close to him.
Now that I think about it, there's something else too. I'll tell you this, Susan. He starts talking to you, and you just open up.
Eso sí que me
and tell
resulta
him
extraño, tío.
everything.
Sí.
It's very odd. I don't
Mucho.
exactly hide things.
O a lo
from
mejor nos
people.
está liando Liz y en realidad una de los parásitos es ella, ¿sabes? Es que te dice que la reina de las larvas, perdón, nos dijo que no nos fiéramos de nadie, ni siquiera de nadie. Y tal vez nos la está liando, ¿eh?
But it's a bit too late for me to hide how I feel now anyway. I think I made it very clear when I swallowed those pills.
Vale, venga, estoy cansada. Déjame dormir, Liz, que eres un poco palizas, muchacha.
I'm tired. Let me sleep now.
Fine. I'll see you again. Be careful who you trust here, Susan. They will be watching you.
How do I know you're not one of them?
You don't. But do I really look like a bad person to you?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I'll see you tonight.
Qué raro me sonó eso,
Remember
tío.
what I said. Dreams are just dreams. But when they turn into nightmares, it's good to have someone there to pinch your arm and wake you up, right?
Este es el Doctor X.
We'll start with a little
Dr.
talk
Xavier.
about your childhood. I want you to be as honest as possible.
Vale.
It's important if we want to get to the bottom of your problem. Count to 10 and tell me when you're ready, Susan.
Vale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Estoy listo para hablar.
This isn't all about whether you're nuts or not, like we said before. It's about finding what has caused how you're feeling now and creating a working solution. In order to achieve that, I need to get to know you
Entiendo.
better.
Vamos.
Can we talk about your childhood first?
Vale, mi
Your
infancia.
parents.
Los padres.
When you're a child, your life revolves around them. What was your father like? Did you have a good relationship with him?
¿Tuviste una buena relación con tu padre? Sí, mi papá era genial. No, no fue un buen padre, me crié sin un padre. Vamos a darle un buen padre a... Vamos a darle un buen padre a Susan.
I had a great dad. I have very fond memories of my father. He was always there for me, no matter what I did. He never got angry or upset. I suppose I never really gave him any reasons to be. I was a good child, not perfect. But then again,
Por
no
supuesto, y
one's
más en una niña
perfect.
pequeña, ¿no?
Whatever made me try to kill myself, it definitely has nothing to do with him.
Vale.
Where is he now?
He died 6 years ago. Cancer.
Do you miss him?
Of course I miss him. How can you even
Preguntas esas,
ask me
claro, tío.
that?
It's my job to ask these questions, Susan. Let's talk about your mother now. What was she like? Would you care to tell me about her?
Tuve una madre maravillosa, una madre horrible, murió cuando yo era una niña. Vamos a darle una buena infancia a Susan. Vamos a hacer que el problema, por lo menos, aunque ahora tenga una vida gris, tenga una vida horrible, vamos a por lo menos haberle dado una infancia, una buena infancia. Sí, sí, me apetece.
I can't complain. My mum was great.
Me apetece darle por lo menos una buena época, ¿sabéis?
She brought me up well. Me and her, We were like best friends, like soulmates. We did everything together. She passed away 7 years ago. When Dad first got diagnosed with cancer, it was too much for her. He kept pretending he was fine, but she just couldn't take it. Her heart gave up. She died quickly. My father kept fighting it. Another 8 months of illness and intensive chemo finally beat him, though. He thought he was unbeatable, but he wasn't.
Okay, I'm beginning to get a better picture. That's enough about your parents for now. Let's take 2 minutes, and we will talk about something else.
Perfecto. Vale.
I need to get out of this place. I hate hospitals. Besides, I really want to go home and forget all about this.
Vale, perfecto. Al parecer tenemos el control, la pulsera, y tenemos el control de Susan. Pues me parece un buen momento para dejarlo aquí. Volvemos a la realidad y ahora aparecemos en este hospital, donde al parecer vamos encontrando algunos otros personajes. Personajes, no diría siniestros, pero un poco especiales, ¿no? El Dr. X, vemos a Liz, que nos, digamos, que nos advierte. Realmente no sabemos quién es quién, no sabemos qué ocurrirá. Pero bueno, lo iremos viendo en siguientes capítulos de The Cat Lady. Un placer enorme traer otro capítulo al canal. De verdad, espero que estéis pasando un rato entretenido. Un placer compartirlo con vosotros. Y sin más, like y favorito si os gustó, dislike si no os gustó, dejad en comentarios lo que queráis, que ya sabéis que me encanta leerlos. Muchísimas gracias por vuestro tiempo y nos vemos de nuevo en el canal. Saludos para todos, paz. Cuidaos. También puedes ver este vídeo en Blogocio TV.